Hello and welcome to Reviews of Ryan, and today on the channel I'm going to be talking about the brand new action-adventure drama film called The Northman. This film was directed by Robert Eggers, and he's done films like The Witch, which is one of my favorite A24 films, The Lighthouse, which is not one of my favorite A24 films, and I would like to ask, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, and comment below your thoughts on this film, and also turn the notification bell so you never miss any video that I make. And guys, I have a goal of trying to hit 50 likes on a video. The most I've ever gotten is 43. The more likes I get, the video, it gets out to other people. So consider hitting that like button. It's completely free and fast. So thank you guys for watching this review. And now, without further ado, let's jump into my thoughts. From visionary director Robert Eggers comes The Northman, an action-filled epic that follows a young Viking prince on his quest to avenge his father's murder. The film stars Alexander Skarsgård, Nicole Kidman, Claes Bang, Ethan Hawke, Anya Taylor-Joy, Elliot Rose, Willem Dafoe, and Bjork. So a little bit of backstory on this film. This film was inspired by Hamlet. It was based on a Norse poem that was written in the 10th century and wasn't recorded until the 12th century. And then, of course, this inspired Hamlet, which you know to have been performed for 420 years and has inspired over 50 films. And then Robert Eggers also specifically hired archaeologists and historians to depict this culture and get the culture of these Vikings completely right. And then he also hired a poet to help him write the script for this film. Right off the bat, I'll throw this out there that the cinematography in this film is absolutely excellent. It really depicts this time period and it feels very rich, it feels very authentic, and the director just really knows how to really put a person in this kind of situation and really feel like you're really in this world. And that's what Robert Eggers does best. He's very good at that with The Witch. He's very good at that with The Lighthouse. Even though I didn't really like The Lighthouse that much, he really does a really good job of creating that scenery. There's some really dark kind of scenes in this. There is other scenes where you have the snow and you have gray skies, and it feels really dreary. It feels miserable at points. That's the dark imagery that Robert Eggers really creates in this film, and he does a really good job of painting that misery and painting a scene that really just gets you in the mood of just feeling kind of depressed in this film. And the film was shot for between $70 to $90 million and was shot in Ireland, and you can really tell that they really did build these sets and really try to make a film really feel like it's a more bigger budget film. But for what it was, it really isn't a big budget film, but you really can't tell that by how this is played out. And then of course the camera work in this, it's really good. I really love the close-up shots, the shots that are away, the shots that are played out. There's one particular scene in the beginning of the film where you have them attacking this village and climbing up these walls, and it seems like it's one continuous shot. I'm not exactly sure if it is, but if it is, it looks really great. You really feel like you're in the heat of the moment, in the battle of the moment, and that was a really good shot. So that is something to look out for if you do see this film. So the film really starts out with this king. He's coming back from these battles, so to speak, and he's revisiting his wife and his son Amleth, and they do this spiritual kind of ceremony, I guess, to like kind of cleanse their souls and kind of get ready for what is to come. And the next day, these masked warriors end up killing Amleth's father and then kidnapping his mother, and then he kind of runs away, and you have it cut to years later, and you have him saying in the trailer, "I'm going to avenge my father, save my mother, and kill my uncle," as the uncle is the one that killed his father. And then he is raised by these Vikings as a berserker, and then he finds out that his uncle was overthrown by this king of Norway and that he lives in Iceland, so he plans to be a slave, and he goes on this boat and he meets Anya Taylor-Joy, where she is also a slave as well. And I'm going to keep the story at that to not give away everything else in the film. I really did love this film. I love the way it was shot. I love the way that everything is depicted in this film. The acting is absolutely phenomenal. Nicole Kidman does a really good job with her role. She is the best she's ever been in years. I really think that she should win an award for this versus being the Ricardos from last year. I think she completely kills it in this role. Alexander Skarsgård, he does amazing in this role, and I hope he gets more work. He actually has some Norse heritage, so he was really excited to do this film, and he also put on 20 pounds of muscle for this film. film, so he looks really buff in this film, and I really like the transformation that he put himself through in this film. Anya Taylor-Joy, she's awesome as ever, as she was really good in The Witch, one of my favorite A24 films ever. So she really does a really good job, as she keeps killing it, as she did good in Last Night in Soho last year. She is a gem. Ethan Hawke and Willem Dafoe, they do a good job in their roles, especially Willem Dafoe. He just does a really good job playing this cryptic kind of person, and I really did enjoy both their roles, even though they have really small roles. Same with Bjork, she has a very small role as well, but they do a really good job with what roles that they have in this film. I really like the score in this film. It really plays out like a character in this film. You really feel the tension in this film, you feel all the struggle with these characters, and you really feel like this kind of dark, kind of dreary, and sometimes feeling kind of hopeless kind of film. Cinematography in this, where this is shot and where this is shot on location, and the sets that are built in this, it really looks really awesome. You can really see that the treacherous times that these people are living in, as this is in 800 AD, I believe, and you could see like all like the muddiness and the dirtiness of these slaves, and I really did enjoy that. I just love a really dreary film for this. And I really feel that people won't really like this completely, at least like the general audience, because this film is a slower burn kind of film. There is quite a bit of gore in this film. It's not like ridiculously over the top all the time, but there is some gore in this film. Like there's one part where there's guts hanging out of someone, and there's another part where someone's nose gets cut off. Those kind of things are in this film, and I will say that the depiction of how this is advertised, it seems like it's going to be a big battle kind of film, but it's more a revenge tale. And just know that going into this film, that does have that Robert Eggers type of style, as it's very dark. There's a lot of cryptic kind of things in this. There's lots of other dark kind of imagery in this. Willem Dafoe, he has that dark kind of character. Bjork, she has a dark kind of character, even though it's kind of brief. And Anya Taylor-Joy, she has a little bit of darkness to her as well. And that's what I really loved about this film. It has a great combination of horror, it has action, and it really just depicts a really good Robert Eggers film that we've come to know, as he's done now his third film. And in my opinion, this is probably, it's about his second best, maybe the first best film. I don't know, it's kind of a tie right now between The Witch and this film for me, because I really love the sets that he built, and I really love how he just portrays this darkness and crypticness throughout this film. So I would definitely recommend this film. This film is a 5 out of 5 through and through for me. I don't really have anything negative to say about this film. It is clocking in around 2 hours and 20 minutes, but I never felt the runtime for this. It's not going to be for everyone. If you really don't like his previous work, I don't really know if you're going to like this film, but I will say that if you're into Vikings and you like this kind of dark kind of style and mixed in with horror, you're going to absolutely love this movie. I definitely need to check this film out again. It was very awesome, guys. And I really highly cannot tell you how much I recommend this film. Thank you guys for watching this review. Leave your comments below. Did you like this film? Did you hate it? I know people have walked out. Some people have said they didn't really like it. I will say with my audience, I had about 30 people. And at the end of the film, it was really interesting because nobody clapped, no one said anything. Everybody was just quiet. So I don't really know what their thoughts were, the audience, but I absolutely love this film, and I was really glad that I got to catch this film. This film is my #1 film currently throughout this entire year, and yes, that includes over Batman. So thank you guys for watching this review, and like I said, leave your comments below, and I'll see you guys on my next one.